Hey guys, what's up? It's Nate, and I'm back with another episode of Paranormal Talk. Do you think your house is haunted, but you're unsure? You can't seem to have a team come out and check it out for you? Well, if you're brave enough, you can do it yourself, because in this day and age, guess what? There's an app for that. So in this new segment, what I'm going to be doing is downloading these apps from the App Store. I'm going to be testing them out with Charlie back here, and we're going to see exactly how they work. And I'm going to give you my opinion as to whether or not I think they can be used as valid tools for investigating the paranormal. This new segment is the Paranormal App Test. Let's get into it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So everyone else in the house is currently asleep. I have a little bit of spare time, so I figured why not go ahead and run another app test. I wanted to start the weekend off right, my weekend anyway, and I figured what better way? Go ahead and do an app test, relax the rest of the weekend, maybe do a little work on my car, we'll see how it goes. So the app we're going to be looking at today is called Ghost Hunting Tools, and it's by Sven Kamarth. You have no idea how many takes it took me to get that name right. I am not good with foreign names. I'm actually glad I kind of got that. So, anyways, first thing I noticed about this app, and I have opened it once, I have not accepted any of the credentials, I don't like to do that unless I'm doing it in the video, is I couldn't find it on my phone's main screen. When you go to the App Store, it shows up under Ghost Hunting Tools, but for some reason, on your app screen, it shows up as Ghost Detector. I don't know why they did this. It's extremely confusing, and that will probably be the first thing you'll hear me complain about. So, without further ado though, this is going to be Ghost Hunting Tools. See what this is all about. Alright guys, so tonight we're going to be testing an app called Ghost Hunting Tools. Once again, I'm starting the app test off outside, and it's a little bit chilly. I like to do this because I don't know what kind of sounds or noises this app is going to make, and I don't know how loud it's going to be. With everyone else being asleep, I obviously don't want to take a chance on waking them up. So, without further ado, as I told you in the intro, for some reason, this blue hand over here that says Ghost Detector is actually the app Ghost Hunting Tools. Why it shows up Ghost Detector on the actual app screen, I have no idea. But let's open it up and see what it's all about. Personalize your ad experience. No, I'm good. Close. Okay, it's kind of cool. I will admit I kind of like the setup, but what does it do? Let's see what the settings do. You can adjust all this. I have no idea what any of this does. It's got 1906 words in the dictionary. Let's clear the word history because I don't know why. I haven't used the app, so. Okay. Let's go back. So here's the thing. I don't know what any of this is supposed to be doing. Okay, so this little... Oh, great. Ads. Sorry about the ads, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. No, I don't want to cash out. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what any of these screens do. There's zero explanation. And that's the first thing that I noticed. And it's too cold. You know what? I don't care if it makes noises. I'm going inside. Alright, so there's no explanation whatsoever as to what this screen does. I see a graph at the bottom that just seems to be jumping around everywhere. Got the graphs at the top that just seem to be jumping around everywhere, and a bunch of random numbers. Let's see what this question mark tells us. Okay. EMF, our instruments. Okay. 2 to 6 milligauss. $3 calibrated on each gram. Okay, so basically this is telling me that it's detecting EMF. And as I told you guys, no phone will detect an electromagnetic field. They don't have electromagnetic field detectors built into them. I don't know what that... I'm going to go back to the settings here, and I want to amp these all the way up and see what happens. Because I'm curious. What is this mic? Okay, you can mute that. What is the satellite? I don't know what the satellite thing does. Okay, question mark here. I didn't see that. Electronic voice phenomena. Okay, so this is basically explaining to you that this detector will capture sounds through FM bands and your microphone device, analyze background audio, anything detect. Okay, so basically what it's telling you is it does use a radio wave of sorts to capture EMF, but it also records your voice and your background. So I guess let's start off with this. If there's anybody in here with me, can you come and talk to this device that's in my hand? I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to know if you're here. My name is Nathan, and I'm sure you know that because I live here. What's your name? Come on, don't be afraid to come and talk to me. Okay, so I think what you're seeing there at the top with the random numbers just cycling, I think that's supposed to be the like to the millisecond milligauss readout. But as we all know, you know, phones cannot detect electromagnetic fields. I have this right up to a light, which I know for a fact puts off at least 8 milligauss because I've put my K2 meter on it, and it's not doing anything. If there's anyone here with me, you don't have to be afraid. Come and speak to me. For some reason, all those things are amping up, and I don't know why. I'm still not sure what that little tiny green graph at the bottom does of the top screen. Come on, don't be afraid. Do you want me to sit the device down? I'll tell you what, I'll sit this with James. Well, I did ask for a name. It gave me James. Am I speaking to James? And just so you guys know, I do not have a James in my contacts. So that's kind of interesting. Am I speaking to a James? James, if you're here, come forward, talk to me. Don't be afraid, I'm not going to hurt you. James, do you know my name? So look, I'm going to sit this across the room from me, so you don't have to come close to me. But please, come and speak. Can you tell me what my name is? Go over to the device I have sitting on the shelf. Tell me what my name is. Are you a child? How did you die? Alright guys, if you hear me pause for a length of time between questions, I'm actually doing a standard technique where you're trying to give spirits the time to answer the questions. It could take a little bit of energy if they're here to modify any device or imprint their thoughts onto a device, so they might have to work up the energy to be able to do it by feeding off of other energy sources around the room or the location that we're in. which happens to be my home. I see you spiking up over there. Are you coming close to the phone? Are you going to say something? Interrupt. Did I interrupt you? What did I interrupt? So it seems like the higher that green graph gets on the top, the better chances of something speaking to the device. Look at that, it's blinking all the way up to red. Trick. Okay. Are you tricking me? Are you a trickster? I see you ramping up over there. Come on, go towards the device. Make it say another word. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm talking only to spirits that reside in this house. No outside spirits are allowed to intervene in this conversation. You are not allowed here. It's kind of crazy that as soon as I said that, that whole top graph kind of died for a moment. Did you see that? I mean, it could have just been a coincidence. I'm not a firm believer in coincidences. But that was kind of crazy how as soon as I said that they weren't welcome, that dropped. That's it. Get closer. Ramp it up. I want you to say another word for me. Can you use the energy from that device and take that device and tell me how you died? There you go. Come on. I'm not close to the device. I'm not gonna hurt you. Do you even know you're dead? So one thing I've noticed about this app so far, guys, and I actually really like it, unlike some of the other apps that I've tested in the past, this one actually seems to work more like a true session of the paranormal, where you're getting little hits and little tiny niblets, so to speak, of activity, and it's disappearing, and then it's reappearing at random. And that's how the paranormal works. It doesn't operate on key. It doesn't operate on cue. You can't tell it to do something and have it always do something. So the way this is reacting right now is actually really interesting to me, because it's more along the lines of actually acting like what I would expect a paranormal tool to act like. So that's a little bit surprising. I'm still not completely sold on it yet, because I need something of a correlative nature. I need something that can correlate together. I need words. I need direct responses. And right now I'm not getting that. I've gotten a name, which I did ask for a name, and then it said interrupt. I don't know what interrupt meant. And then it says trick. So I don't know. Those don't really correlate together. So I don't know what to say about that so far. Come on, ramp it up. You can do it. And it's going back down again. Do you live here? Intention. Okay. What is your intention? If you said intention, you have intent on something. What is your intent? Come on. Whoa, okay. Guys, I don't know if this thing is actually formulated to use multiple words or if that actually separated it out. I'm going to try to use this camera here and take a picture of that. I'm going to allow it access to my photos, because that's a pretty cool response there, actually. So, James, interrupt, trick, intent, graveyard. What about a graveyard? What are you trying to tell me? If you guys don't know what I just did there, by the way, if you click the little camera icon at the bottom, you can take a screenshot directly from the app itself. I mean, you get some energy going on there. Come on, speak to me. What about a graveyard? Worked. You know what? I've gotten responses in this house before about a boat, and a boat would dock at a port. So, you know what? Were you a sailor? Were you in the Navy? Do you like me? I don't do this very often, but use some of my energy to modify that device and tell me what you need to tell me. Cat. Okay, so that's kind of an interesting response, because my son, who's 3, says he sees a cat at the top of the stairs, and the funny thing is we don't own a cat. We did have a cat here for a while that we cat sat, and it ended up getting into some rat poison and died. Before that, we were finding cat claws in the carpet upstairs, which those could have came from anywhere, let's face it, but that's kind of coincidental that it says cat, and my son swears that we have a cat living in the house when we don't own a cat. So, are you saying that there's a cat that lives here? Excuse me. If y'all heard it, that was me. I'm sorry. I burped. Is what it is. Natural thing. Okay. Students. Not so sure about what that means. What do you mean by students? As far as I'm aware of, guys, in the history of this house, there's not been a teacher who lives here or anything of that nature. So I don't think that was relevant at all. I just kind of think that was a word that was randomly spit out. That is what it is. It happens with these apps, you know. Come on, ramp it up. Tell me something important. Entered. Entered what? Students entered. Students entered what? Alright guys, let's ramp it up one more time. Come on, tell me something extremely important. I want you to speak to me. Do you like me being here? And it's dying out again. So, I'm going to take a pause from this real quick. And, hang on, I'm starting to do it. Actually, no, I'm not going to pause yet. I'm just going to walk around for a second. Got the device back in my hand. I just want to see if the fluctuations will get just as high if I'm holding it as much as they did when I left it lying down on the shelf over there, because that means that maybe whatever's here is afraid to come near me or something. Nope, okay. And giving these high readings in the kitchen. Well, that's where it ramped up just for a second there, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to take a break from this for a second, and we'll continue the recording. Hang on. As of right now, guys, this app, I like the fluidity of the screen. I like how it's not overwhelming. There's not too much going on, but it's like just enough to keep you captivated. I don't like the numbers at the top, the quote-unquote milligauss readings that are flowing throughout on a constant basis at like milliseconds. We all know that cell phone devices or tablets are not built with electromagnetic field detectors inside of the device. So those numbers are more for show. We all know they're bogus. It's not going to tell you a true readout. I will say though, I like how it's kind of got an actual paranormal investigative feel. Like I like how the words are spaced out. You don't ask a question and get an immediate response. You could sit there for a few minutes and not get anything. It's similar in a way to an actual investigation. Although in an investigation, you're going to sit there for hours some nights and not catch anything. So am I ready to say that the app's genuine? No. I will say some of the responses we've gotten are pretty cool so far. The graveyard, for example. I don't know if this app is designed to do multi-word. So I don't know if that was supposed to be one word put together, or if that was actually two words spaced out, because that's how the spirit or whatever was communicating decided to have it show up in the device. So that was a little bit interesting. We're going to continue testing this now, and hopefully we get some more responses. Let's jump back into it. So after splicing the video together, guys, I realized that this video was going to be 53 minutes and something seconds long. I don't expect you guys to sit there for an hour and watch my boring ass test the paranormal app. So I'm going to split this video up into two parts. One of them is going to be about 24 minutes. One of them is going to be about 26 minutes roughly. That's going to be about the average. I apologize. I wasn't expecting this video to be so long. However, when you're testing an app, you seem to really enjoy it, and you seem to be getting some kind of legitimate interaction. Sometimes videos run longer than you expect. So be on the lookout for the Ghost Hunting Tools app test part 2 coming out sometime within this next few days.